Good morning, guys. It's Elisa here. I know I look a little bit silly, but that is why I'm here to explain. If you guys don't know already, I had wisdom tooth surgery this last Friday. It is currently Wednesday morning and I'm finally able to talk properly. So I figured I'd come on here and kind of talk about my experience and how I'm doing, because I've had a couple people message me and ask me, hey, how are you doing? Friday morning started out, we woke up around 6, got the boys ready, and dropped them off at my sister's place because I got the surgery done in Winnipeg, and that's about an hour and a half drive with no traffic. And the appointment was like downtown Portage, so we left quite early because we didn't know where it was and we didn't know how the parking was going to be and stuff. And my appointment was for 9 a.m. So we drove. Drive was good. Really nervous because this was like my first time ever being put under anesthesia and a procedure like this. Like, I've never even broken a bone. So the only time I'm really in a hospital is when I have babies, and I've done that twice and don't ever plan on going back to the hospital ever again. But yeah, this was really nerve-wracking for me. We got there, we went in, and immediately we had to do a bunch of paperwork. I had to sign a bunch of stuff. My husband had to sign a bunch of stuff that he would watch me for the next 48 hours because I would be a little bit loopy, which I was. If you hear noises, it's the boys playing downstairs. But yeah, we signed a bunch of papers, and then we had to pay for the entire procedure, which was just under $3,000. So after the payment went through, we had to wait a little bit because we did get there half an hour early. 9 o'clock, they brought me into the, consultation room. And then I got to meet the surgeon and he kind of talked to me about it, and he was absolutely amazing. Like, I mean this in the best way possible, but he reminded me completely of Mr. Dressup. I don't know if you guys ever watched that when you were younger, but that was like my favorite show. But this guy, he was just hilarious. He was like, he made me feel comfortable, but yet he was professional. He was just absolutely amazing. I met him and he explained everything he was going to do, and he explained the after procedure and stuff, and like what I needed to do once I got home and stuff, and he gave me a bunch of paperwork. He was just absolutely amazing. And then we had to wait in there for about 20 minutes while they got the surgery ready. After waiting for about 15 minutes because somebody was in the surgery room right then, they called me in. The lady got me to lay down on the surgery operating table or whatever. It was kind of like a chair, like I was sitting in like a dentist chair, but it was like a lot more flat. And then I had to put my head down on like this donut that like swiveled so they could move my head in any way or whatever. And then she strapped my feet, my knees, my thighs, my chest, and then I had to lay down like this, and they strapped me down here, and then they put the pressure whatever thingy on my arm here, and then she did something to my wrist, but I was closing my eyes. I don't know what she was doing. I think she was checking she had a thing on my finger. I don't remember. And then I was closing my eyes at this time because I was terrified. And then on this side, they strapped me down here, and then another man came in. I know it was a man because I could hear his voice. I didn't open my eyes though. He went like this, and then he was tapping my wrist because I have horrible veins. You can't even see them, and they are very jumpy. And he was gonna put the IV. I assume he was the anesthesiologist because he put the IV in. I'm very bruised because I could feel he went in and he missed. And what he did was he just turned the needle and poked again. So my wrists, or like my top of my hand, still hurts and it's all green and bruised there. But he put it in, and then I could feel he squirted something into it, and it was like really cold. And then I started like, I kind of opened my eyes and I was like seeing sparkles or whatever. And then the lady, the super nice lady, they kept on calling me sweetie and honey and all kinds of cute little names. She put this thing in my nose or whatever, and then like I swear 1, 2, 3, and I was out like a light bulb. Like, I was out. I didn't feel nothing. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't see nothing. The surgeon warned me that sometimes people fade in and out, but I was like out. And then The surgery only took like 20 minutes, the surgeon said, but they only woke me up around 11:30 because apparently they had given me a little bit too much and I was just like out. But when I woke up, when they woke me up at 11:30, I felt like I had like the best nap in the world. Like if I could do that again, just for like the nap, I totally would. But yeah, when they woke me up, I was just like, it felt good. Like the nap part felt good, but I was in so much pain. My mouth and my face was just like, when I was bleeding, and they were changing my gauze and stuff. Cause I got the top one done. I luckily only had 3, which is meh. I had this top one, bottom one, and this bottom one done. And so I literally have this one was a really big one, so I have stitches all along here and all the way up here like this. After they woke me up, I had about 5 minutes to kind of just realize where the heck I was. And then the lady, she got me to stand up, and then I had to walk to like this wheelchair type thing over there just so they could see that I was okay or whatever. And then after sitting there for about 10 minutes just so I wouldn't like throw up or something, they called Jacob in, and then they explained to him how to change my gauze and like how to clean it, and they gave me this fancy schmancy mouthwash. And they gave me a prescription for amoxicillin, I think. It's just so that I don't get an infection, and a prescription for T3s. And the lady said to fill it as soon as possible because I would need one soon, which I did. So after that, he helped me walk to the car because we had parked in a parkade. But luckily, while he was waiting for so long, he found a above tunnel connecting the buildings to our parkade. So I didn't have to go outside, luckily, because that day it was really cold. So he helped me walk through that tunnel, which felt like the longest walk in the world. Once we got to the car, we made our way out of the city, and we couldn't find a pharmacy. Before we left the city, we saw Shoppers on the left side. So Jacob quickly ran in there and got me my prescriptions filled so I could take a T3. So then I only took half because I am a big wuss when it comes to pills. Like, even the anesthesiast didn't realize that a little something can like knock me out. So I only took half, and then I finally kicked in about halfway home. And then I basically slept. We got home, Jacob dropped me off, and I lay down in bed, and he went to go get the boys in Brooklyn. And then that evening, I basically just spent the evening in bed. Of course, the boys were like, what the heck is mom doing in bed? So they were joining me, and I just watched Netflix. Evening went pretty good. Around 3 a.m. I woke up, and I was just in excruciating pain because I think that's when all the freezing and stuff wore off. So I was just walking around the house. First of all, I was starving. I hadn't eaten for like 18 hours. So I was just like walking around the house trying to figure out what to do with myself. So I took another half of T3 and I ate a little bit of yogurt, even though I'm severely lactose intolerant, but I needed something heavy. And for some reason, the yogurt didn't even do anything to me. I think my body was just so hungry that it just like took whatever it could get. Saturday, we kind of just had a lazy day at home. 1:30, he woke me up from my nap, and we went grocery shopping, which was pretty good. I felt really dizzy. Actually, before grocery shopping, he woke me up, and I went to the bathroom. And I guess I had stood up way too fast. I went to the bathroom, and I closed the door, and my aunt had warned me about this. Do not close the door if you go to the bathroom, because you will faint, because I have a big history of fainting. So I went to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I woke up, and I'm laying on the floor. So I was like, oh. So I always yelled, Jacob, and he came and got me. And he picked me up, and he laid me back in bed so I could kind of recuperate or whatever. Because I basically do this all the time. Like, every time I see blood or even think about blood, then I'm out. We went grocery shopping. It was fine because we had like nothing in the house. We usually do shopping on Fridays. I got some like soft cookies and stuff to chew on, or like basically just suck on so I could swallow. Like those little Teddy Grahams. Nothing I had to chew, just so I could swallow and stuff. And then Sunday, I went to church. I wasn't able to stand and sing, which is my favorite part. but I was able to sit because I was still a little bit not feeling good. And then yesterday morning I woke up and the pain was just horrible, like up here. So I was like, what the heck is going on? So I dropped Owen off at preschool, and then I went to the urgent care, like the walk-in clinic, and apparently I have a double ear infection. So when it rains, it pours, for me anyways. So now I'm on, he said the amoxicillin that I'm already on is going to be good for it, but then I'm also on ear drops every 6 hours. I'm supposed to drop them and then lay down for 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm on amoxicillin. I only took the T3s for about the first 2 days because I didn't like how sleepy they made me feel. And with 2 boys and being a mom, I still have things to do. I can't just be sleeping all the time. I have been up on my feet doing laundry. I've done dishes since day 2, Saturday, after grocery shopping. I did 2 loads of laundry. I did dishes. I'm still a little swollen, like I can see it in the mirror. I still talk a little bit funny because I do have stitches all over in my mouth. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good, and I'm hoping that after this all heals, whatever, I'm able to eat properly because they were really bothering me. The experience wasn't anything like I had expected from all the videos I've seen on YouTube, because in Manitoba they don't give you one sort of drug that makes you all loopy and high or whatever. Me, it was just in and out, and then I was back to myself with the pain and everything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any other further questions about the surgery or anything, I'm open to answering questions. Yeah, it went pretty good. I would highly, highly recommend my surgeon, Dr. Shemolar. He was absolutely amazing. He was just the nicest guy ever. If it wasn't for the pain and the healing afterwards, I would do it again. And if I didn't have to pay for it, because paying for it in Manitoba is insane. I will talk to you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.